I am the happiest victim of a Metroid you'll ever see. We're here to continue playing our Let's Play of Metroid Prime, not Metroid Prime, Metroid Zero Mission. Next will be Metroid Prime, because it's the second game in the chronological Let's Play, or long play, probably that I should call it, that we're doing of the Metroid series. This is Heath himself streams. Welcome, if you're looking for Heath. This is Heath. And sometimes people think I'm Heath. Kind of like sometimes people think Samus is Metroid. But in any case, we're going to continue. And hopefully we're going to find our save still intact. Because apparently a power outage at some point kind of didn't turn off the Retro Freak properly. And he told me that the save data on the game might not be good. So we're just going to hopefully hope. Miss Kraid. That's what we were playing. So I think we're good here. Did I beat him already? I did beat, right? No. Wait. This is terrible. I spent a long time beating Kraid last episode. Well, maybe I'll have a leg up on it now. Kraid threw his fingernails at me. Aw, I love it. Imported straight from Canada. I'm the happiest Metroid victim you'll ever see. In fact, as I introduced this show, I said welcome to Heath himself streams. This is Heath. But some people, you know, sometimes, kind of like Samus, people confuse me for Heath. So, actually, so the game save is terrible. A power outage caused this whole thing to not be right. And so it didn't save me beating Kraid. So we gotta do it again. But we have Heath here to help. Wow. Toenails. I gotta get the controls back down. Oh my goodness. There's people that can speed beat this guy, you know? How hard can it be? Whoa! I say, and here comes the spines that I don't understand what their biological function is. And the only thing I can come up with is that they're penile, which is kind of creepy. Ah! Whoa! 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 We're doing good. Look at this. We're doing some kung fu. Oh, never mind. Woo! 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 Oh yeah, we got him twice. Whoa! I jumped out of the way. Oh, he's red. He's really mad. He's gonna destroy this column now. Oh, does that hurt him? Whoa! Oh, shit. Well, I'll just wait till that one hits up there. Yeah. Damn. He's gonna take me out here. Whoa. Oh, first try. How's that? I claim my Metroid buddy Heath for helping me out. I'm infused with the power of the Metroid. Or actually whatever this Metroid ate before. He latched onto my head. So awesome. I'm just so thrilled that we got through Kraid, you know, again, not in 30 minutes. In under 30 minutes. Yay! Okay. Speed booster. Run until speed boost begins to break. Certain blocks and damage enemies. Yeah, speed booster, but also enables Shine Spark, which is, well, it's the ability to hold on to a speed boost and then fire off in some other direction. Ah, I forgot about that. I probably need to save before I die. But the save room was up there. Can I even get back up there? I think I have to do all the shine sparking stuff. Get back up there. Okay. Really? Really? Am I trapped? Okay. Okay. That was terrible. Hi, Gamer Joel. We're playing part 2 of Metroid Zero Mission. Hoping I can beat it. Alright. There we go. But really what we need to do... Fudge. The Shine Spark all the way up there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I'm actually not sure if we have to Shine Spark all the way up there, but it's pretty badass if we do. So. Oh. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Samus. I can't blame her. It's my fingers aren't fast enough. I'm not worthy of the Samus mantra. Okay. There we go. Ah, I fucked it up. Come on. Oh no, you little... So what block do I need to stop on then? Hang on, hang on. Block 2? Block 2 needs the Shine Spark. Okay. I know that makes no sense to you, because I'm counting things in my head. Little son of a crab. Oh! Snap! No, no, I fell off the damn thing. Okay, fine. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. I say, as the old-fashioned way eludes me. Whatever. Metroid games are hard, man. This Metroid gave me all his power to beat Kraid again in one go. And then he was like, Shine Spark power? Yeah, right. Good luck with that, dude masquerading as I, Heath the Metroid. I can't grab onto that even? Go on. How you gonna grab onto that? Oh, I can just do... No. I'm gonna die from crabs. Never mind. Forget I said that. I think I'd rather die from a Metroid, honestly. Do people die from crabs? I don't think they die. I think they just get it. Their love life dies. There we go. Oh, do the Metroid wiggle jig. I don't know. My niece is like a little baby, and she likes, I'll walk up to her and go, wiggle jig, wiggle jig, wiggle jig. Where are we? This thing. Okay, so there's a way to Shine Spark as a morph ball. That's not it. I think we need to Shine Spark as a morph ball to get through here, actually. Oh, shit. That bug was Shine Spark proof, which I've never come across before. Okay, there's two of them. That's what's happening. What? Oh. How do I do it then? Maybe I can't do it. Damn. I remember this being a thing. I stop on top of the tube though, because I'm afraid of falling off into the lava. It's my fear. My fear gets the better of me. Okay. Vertical Shine Spark. Right in the freaking head. No, we want to do the one where we stop as like a ball. Bounce. I don't know. Maybe we can't do it yet. I don't know. I'm gonna try again. I don't think we can do it yet. I think I'm missing something. I think you know what I'm missing? I'm missing ball jump, ball hop. But what's going on, Gamer Joel? Okay, this is bad. This is a bad place. But we're gonna do it. Oh, did it without having problems. Nice. There's certain places of this game that I will always remember. because they were terrible the first time I did them. That was one of them. And it's because I didn't realize that you need to use missiles to blow up multiple of those things at once. If you don't use missiles, they all kind of like gang up on you at the very end and push you off into the lava. And as you can see, we cannot, well, we can wall jump, which is hard, but we can do it. I say, as I fail it every time. There we go. Wall jump. Where are we going? A safe station would be smart. Whoa! Big Mama Jamma. Okay, what is up? Oh. Missile expansion. Who's game? I'm game. Okay, I'm not game. How the hell do I do this? Okay. Oh, man. All right. It's timing. Bam! All right. I feel like I'm on fire today. Except for like the short little shine spark calamity I had. Speaking of which, there's obviously a way to get down here. What is it? Speak to me blocks. Tell me your secret. Oh. No. Not the shine spark in the ball for. I can't do that yet. I can't do that yet. Unless they mean I need to shine spark upward out of this tube up there. And this is some form of exit to something. Which it could be. Because I did totally do a wall jump to get over here in the first place. Ah. Alright, let's go down here. I think it's where we were supposed to go. I guess so. Nope. Oh my god, all the things. What do we get for our trouble? A map room. Whoa, look at all the secrets and stuffs. Oh, okay, I understand. I understand how that's the way up, because right, it's gonna fire us up out of that thing. Do I want to go up there? But do I want to go up there? I don't know. Probably. Now, the more that I'm looking at these guys. They have a name, I just don't remember what they are. Oh. You need the wall jump there, essentially. And then bomb that to free it up. Roll in there. Da ba da ba da. I don't think there's anything special here. fuck? Missile? So I can't get here from this angle? That's what it's telling me. I mean, I sure as hell can't missile downward. Yeah, I can. But it does. That one's blocked. That's not a missile block. See? Huh. I think it wants me to. Oh my goodness. Help. Well, I'm over here at least. I kind of think I need to bomb that thing right there in the middle. But I'm too slow in my reflexes. I'm almost certain I have to bomb that thing. Oh, too fast. It's critical timing. Don't you understand? Critical. I didn't even fall off of the thing that time. Wow. Watch me go through all this trouble and that not be a bombing point. I try to compensate and just roll right off of it. Ooh. Just as I imagined, it's not a bombing point. Fine. We leave. I mean, boo. Whoa. Okay, that's better. Well, we came from over here, right? Yeah. So we should just go up. Screw that jazz. Let's go through this door because we haven't been yet. Whoa. Energy tank? Fine. Fine. We'll do it your way. Too soon! Too soon! Too late. Okay. Very specific timing. Let's get a little boost. You sons of guns. Here we go. That's good enough for me. Energy tank acquired. Let's save here because we don't want to do Cray the third time. Yay! Yeah, I don't see. I think we should go up. Get out of Kraid's lair and go to Brinstar. Uh-oh. What is this? Uh-oh. The second general. Whoa, looky there. Oh my god. Nope, 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 negative. Tell me where to go. Back to Norfair. And to someplace deeper in Norfair. Alright, what are we doing? There's an item around these parts somewhere. There it is. Energy tank. There's only one way to get it. You ready? I'm not. I hate this. The timing is so hard. It's so different from other games. It's getting it. You gotta drop this second bomb right before you get bombed upwards. There it is. Yay! Alright, we're doing pretty well. We don't need a heal. We're good. Why slow down, right? We are saving, though. Because even though the game, the Retro Freak, should be doing kind of an autosave thing, like I said, it had a little power outage. And it told me it had shut down improperly and the save data was probably a little bit messed up. And it was. Makes me happy I wasn't doing a no save run. And see that thing? Let's go get some goodies. All these little items and critters are here and slowing me down. Okay. Missile expansion. I want it. And it's going to be a... That is one of the toughest items to get. Not the toughest, just one of. See that little hole? You gotta go through that little hole on the opposite side. Which, ugh. Alright. Norfair is that way. Onward. What up, Grim? We're playing a little bit of Metroid Zero Mission. Part 2, really. We're gonna aim to beat a good chunk of it. Of course you are. Well, this game came out for Game Boy Advance. It is on Wii U. I'm playing it on the Retro Freak. Alright, back to Norfair. The Cyber Gadget Retro Freak is a emulator console that can emulate about 12 different consoles. It also has cartridge port adapters, so you can put your own cartridges into it and play the cartridges off themselves, the games, or when you put a cartridge in, the system will ask you if you want to dump the ROM to its SD card. And you can dump the ROM to it and basically build a little digital library of all the games you own. And never have to actually put the cartridge in again. Which is what I usually do with the system. I think it's $250. The one I got was $250. It came with an adapter to plug in all the original controllers from all those systems. Yeah, where am I going? This is a good question. He doesn't know where he's going. Hello, Alan Mercado. Can we do that? I don't think we can do that yet. Technically you can, yes. But any ROM you make with the console, however it works, Retro Freak puts some sort of tag onto it, so it understands what console it was dumped onto, and that ROM will only ever play in that console. So they have their own little DRM to make sure any game that you make into a ROM cannot be distributed again. But technically nothing is stopping, for some reason, they didn't decide to stop people from downloading ROMs off the internet and just putting them on the system. I actually have Star Fox 2 running on this, which is pretty cool. And there's a way to get Famicom disk system games running on it, but every time I try to follow the instructions, I somehow screw it up. It doesn't work for me. What hit me? That guy? Yeah. There was a dude. I remember who was messing with it. He had, because it's essentially running on Android, or a Android version of Android. He had erased the Android operating system and had installed his own, you know, whatever they call those things, on official Android operating systems. And he was a Japanese guy. The system does come from Japan. CyberGadget's a Japanese company. Their American counterpart, who actually came out first, was Retron. Made the Retron consoles, but the Retron consoles are not considered quite as good as the CyberGadget. Primarily because, well, A, the CyberGadget's Retro Free console can do more systems, has support for more systems, and B, it can actually dump the saved ROMs to it. So that's a pretty cool thing that the Retron 5 can't do. But anyways, like I was saying, the Japanese guy was working on it and had put his own operating system onto it and was getting it to play some Nintendo 64 ROMs, but not like all super well. It really didn't have that kind of a, it didn't have that kind of firepower built inside of it. And he also said he was not going to, he was doing it as his own hobby. He was not going to release that to the internet for anybody. So. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with it, that's for sure. And they might be able to do new things with it with the firmware update. You can do firmware updates to the system, but the system you have to do a firmware update request. You have to write a firmware update request file using the system to its SD card. The system itself has no Wi-Fi connectivity ability whatsoever. There's no built-in Wi-Fi or anything like that. So you got to take the micro SD card out of the back of the system then plug it into your computer. And with the request file you've made, download off of CyberGadget's primarily Japanese website a firmware update, and then put it in that same folder, and then put it back into your Retro Freak to actually update the firmware. So for new things, the system could be doing new things for all I know, and I haven't checked it in a long while because there's no way for me to know there's an update unless I go searching for an update on a Japanese website or something, which I think is kind of crazy. I just haven't looked into it in a while. But it's really cool. The system itself is really cool because once you take all the cartridge ports off of it and everything, they're really just adapters. The system itself is this little bit... It's minutely bigger than my phone. It's a little bit thicker. And it's a little bit, it's a little bit wider maybe, like that. But it's basically like a little square thing with an HDMI port on it and 2 USB slots on it for controllers. The only controllers that plug into it are the USB controllers, and that's why the $250 version has a adapter that plugs into the USB port that has all the plugs for all the old original controllers, what have you. But that thing is small. So with that in there, you can stick the system into your pocket and take it with you. And I got like 350 games on mine. So the portability of it is pretty extreme. The one thing that's not portable about it, or that keeps it from being a portable gaming system, is that there's no screen on it. And I remember when the Wii U was announced and the Wii U was coming out, I was like, that screen on that Wii U, not the Wii U, the Nintendo Switch, that screen would be perfect to carry around with me to have as a screen for the Retron if it could actually get a signal from an external source, right? I don't think it can, not without being hacked, because everything goes into that USB-C port is just power, what have you. It's just like an electrical shock or electricity powered, and all the internal hardware in the Switch makes the image, and then that is actually an export of that image quality to the dock, which then goes to a TV. So I think it can only export. I think the Switch can only export an image, and then it cannot take an image in. Now, maybe with a hack or something, it could be made to do that, but I think the Switch is pretty new, and I have no clue how to do that sort of thing. It was just a dream of mine. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if the Switch could... Because this system, the Retron, the Cyber Geek... Not the Retron. The Cyber Geek... Cyber Gadget Retro Freak... upscales all the games it plays to 720p. And what is the resolution of the screen on the Switch? 720p. So it was like, perfect to me. But no, haven't really. I don't think anyone's figured that out yet. Oh, this is what I was needing to do. I was kind of lost. I think the fact that I was talking a lot probably wasn't helping. Oh, a freaking seahorse of lava. I can't do anything with that. Oh my god, I'm stuck. Ah. Okay, so green doors require super missiles. Oh, there's even more down here. Maybe a super missile. Oh, what is this? It looks like a boot. High jump. Nice. Hey, Heathcliff. Jetty. You bricked your 3DS and lost 32 gigabytes of games. How do I stream on Twitch and YouTube? The service I use. Restream. Restream.io. That's basically how I do it. It's no secret. This is the Restream chat widget, right? It becomes very obvious when I type something into it, like la la. Because now you see that little R there. Well, yeah. I use OBS, but it's the key. The stream key that OBS sends the signal to sends to Restream. And then Restream has the keys. They go to YouTube and Twitch. So, ah, damn. It's too hot over there. Restream gets both of the signals, both the keys, and just forwards the broadcast to both places. Of course, that makes a problem, which is that, and this problem I didn't know how to fix for a very long time, which was that you have all of a sudden two chat rooms going on, and you can't monitor both of them, right? You have YouTube and you have Twitch at the same time. And they fix that themselves with the Restream widget. Tra-la-la. I don't know about DJ Khalid. Oh, looky there. That's a missile. I can just punch right through that. What? Weird. Where do we go? We leave Brinstar, and we go to someplace above Brinstar. Okay. If you say so, Chozo statue. Are you white? No, I am from El Salvador. What? It's a buggy. Why? I had a friend when I was little from El Salvador. They came here from El Salvador because El Salvador, a lot of killing going on in El Salvador before. I don't know if you'd say El Salvador is cool. I'm sure they would have liked to stay if there wasn't a lot of killing going on there. So the coolness of El Salvador is up to debate. But yeah, they came here, and his name was Gabriel. And I've told you before how I had a speech impediment when I was a little kid, right? I couldn't say my W's and S's. So all the other kids, they noticed it immediately, but they didn't know why. They didn't know what a speech impediment was or anything like that. I did, obviously, because I had it and I was told what it was. But because I had my friend Gabriel, and I had, you know, this dark brown hair was much more almost black when I was a kid. I would tell them, they would say, "Where are you from?" Because they would hear my speech impediment, and I'd say El Salvador. just to seem exotic. Oh, we're going all the way up. Oh, snap. Now I tell people I'm from Esperantistudio. 7 to 8 years of speech therapy. I had a lot of classes of speech therapy, a lot of years of speech therapy. And some of them worked. Like, apparently I had a problem with SH for a while. And I remember the class that taught me how to get rid of that problem by saying fish. Fish. Like, that lesson stuck in my head. And I was like, yeah, I got it now. I can do fish. I guess beforehand I was just fists or whatever. But there's, like I said, there are certain ones that the W's and R's no one could ever help me with. And it wasn't until I got mad. Well, my mom couldn't understand me when I was telling a story about a bird. And I got mad about that and went upstairs. Because she kind of made fun of me afterwards. I guess I was like 13. I should have figured it out by then. But I got mad, went upstairs and stared in the mirror and went until I could repeat a difference of the R sound versus the W sound. I solved it on my own, essentially. I think it just comes down to being attentive to the noises you're making. I think a lot of us aren't. In fact, I kind of think that's why we sound different in our heads versus what we hear on our recordings. Because like I've said before, after I did 5 years of podcasting, the voice I hear in my head is not the same voice I hear when I play things back to me. It sounds exactly the same. There's no difference. And so, I think it's just there's some wiring off in some of our heads about paying attention to the noises that we're making, how we sound, versus what we think we sound like. And I'm sure if I ever went deaf, if I ever got very unlucky and went deaf one day, I would suddenly not talk right at all, because now I've become too attentive to how I sound per each thing. Is this how I get back to where I want to be? Oops, this is the menu. What does Super Eagle look like, I wonder? Oh, it's too smooth. What? Why? Why did the game just crash on me? Okay, waiting. HD sound. I remember being a kid and my voice dropping as a teenager. And in my head being like, oh my god, I sound like Mike Rowe. You know, Mike Rowe wasn't a thing back then, really, but like that was the kind of, I thought it was so cool with my deep voice. And actually, it probably was deeper back then by how much it dropped. The problem was it dropped so much and it dropped so deeply that when I started talking to people, it had no oomph. It had no carry across the air. So even across like a lunchroom table, I'd be like, hey, what's going on? People go, huh? And I had to pitch my voice up higher, like where it is now, and go, hey, what's going on, to be heard, because the deeper registry wasn't as loud. And I think I've kind of got my voice stuck in a higher register than it would have been otherwise. I don't know. When I scream a lot into the microphone and do crazy voices, it damages the vocal cords and my voice drops into a cooler, deeper registry, which I like a lot, but that's not really good for me. But, you know, let's see if we can find the freaking game we're playing. Metroid Zero Mission. Play. Is this the Super Eagle filter still turned on? Yes, it is. I can tell. You guys probably can't tell. I don't know. Well, at least we're not fighting Kraid. To me, you can tell because all the pixelation's gone, but it's been replaced by curvy softness. Which to me, some people might say, yes, it looks better, it looks more painterly. But it does look painterly, but it also looks like I think I lost detail with that. And so that's why I usually put it on none. It depends. Some schools I liked, some schools I had trouble with. Because I was a weirdo. Like, admittedly, I was a weirdo, if you couldn't tell. Now I got bullied, probably rightfully so, but I didn't know how to deal with it at the time, so, you know, that might be the primary cause of my just all-around anxiety state these days. General anxiety, social anxiety, what have you. That's why I take medicine for it. But, hey, look how much detail that looks. It's much better with the pixels. But I went to a private Christian high school, and that was very messed up. I don't recommend that. I'm just trying to get out of here now. No, I have to go back to the friggin'... Okay. Roast him. Yeah, my problem as a kid was that, I think with the anxiety, I would have a mental block of what to say. So there was no, like, I couldn't make fun of them back. Everyone else seemed wittier than me. And that made me feel worse. So I just kind of took it and then felt bad about myself later on. Nah. The whole mental the whole Christian school thing, that was probably pretty screwed up. And there's a lot of people that, I can tell you why it was screwed up, because it didn't teach science right. And I came out of the place, hating at least that sect of religion, which was First Assembly of God Church. But still, I came out of the place brainwashed into thinking what they thought, which was that evolution didn't happen. All the scientists that believe in evolution are on a conspiracy against the against God for the devil, and that all man was created by God in His image in 6 days, just like it said in the book of Genesis, and also that oh yeah, the earth was made in 6 days, and the whole universe was made in 6 days. So all that sort of stuff, and that obviously that's not right. Obviously, that's pretty screwed up thinking, and they get that in your head just because they teach you things that are wrong. They lie to you about what the scientists do say, and then they come up with things to explain other things. Like, well, what about Neanderthals? Neanderthal wasn't really another human species. He was just a human guy with arthritis in his back, hunched over. And all the bad scientists tell you that it's now a different creature. Very wrong. It's very wrong. Go on Google and look up a human skull next to a Neanderthal skull, and you'll go, oh, these are distinctly different. Like, obviously they're both human, quote unquote. That's because it's Homo sapien sapien and Homo sapien neanderthalis, right? We're right next to each other, and we're both hominids, is what the idea is. Which basically means we're both humans. We were, at least. Damn it. But they tell us a lot of wrong stuff, and I, fortunately, went on to college, and not just went on to college, but had a teacher who I had to take 2 different science courses, and I took what are they called? Cultural anthropology, which was kind of weird. It was about the different cultures and how scientists study them without offending them, what have you. And then evolutionary anthropology, I think. Biological anthropology, which was all about evolution. And I was all offended taking the class because the first day the guy was making fun of, the teacher was making fun of a creationist, which I was. And by the end of the class, I was like, oh shit, they lied to me. Because the dude was a scientist himself. And everything that they had taught me as a rebuttal, I would present to him. Not, he didn't know I was a creationist or anything. I had just heard it. I'd say, what about when they say this? And he had, like, the correct answer. He had the stuff that the scientists knew that the high school that I went to never told me. And I went, oh. And so I stopped being stupid, for one, in that area, but then also really started to kind of become militantly against religion for a bit. And then I was like off of, I fell off that bandwagon. I was like, yeah, maybe I'm just agnostic, or, maybe I think there's some sort of creator or some sort of reasoning behind our existence, but I don't know what it is. It's probably not like the Bible per se, because that's a lot of stuff wrong in there. And I think a big reason for that, for my thinking on there, my belief on there, was still that I think we need to go down. I still thought life was a fairly miraculous thing, and that the creation of life is pretty what WTF, and it probably is not something that could be explained naturally. Like it probably had required some sort of supernatural start. And I've since changed my mind on that. But back then I kind of still thought that to some degree. So I was more of a spiritualist than anything else. And now I would tell you that I am there. I would tell you a very libertarian answer to both those things. So people say, "What religion do you have?" And they're expecting either atheist or agnostic. And I will tell you that atheist and agnostic are the answers to two different questions. Agnosticism is, can you know? Agnosticism is the answer to the question of can you know if God created the universe, or which God created the universe? And the answer to that is no, you can't. There's no scientific way to know, to plot it and test it and reproduce it in a lab and put it down on paper as truth. We have proven it with science. This is how the universe was started, with a God or without. That there's no way to know that, and therefore you are agnostic. You are without knowledge. But if the question is, do you believe in a God? Then I would have to say that answer for me would be atheism, which is without belief. And I say that, but also there's some weird shit, man. There's some weird shit that I don't understand. I don't get it. That doesn't mean there's a supernatural reason for it. In fact, probably there isn't. Almost everything we've come across in the universe has had a natural explanation to it so far. Everything we began to think that had a supernatural explanation, starting all the way back with lightning. What was lightning? Oh, it's Zeus getting angry. We didn't understand things, so we came up with gods to explain them. Every time science progresses and something we're a little bit fuzzy on gets a light shined on it, we push back the need for God more. God's role in the universe becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, to the point where it becomes obvious to me that God is, the human mind cannot stand not knowing. So God is the answer for the human mind. They cannot stand to not know. It creates an answer for itself, and so we can go on. But as we unlock more of the secrets of the universe, well, how's that song about pie go? Man will know the death of God where wonder was before. At the line, I thought it was pretty good line. I was like, wow. But anyways, that's what I thought of school, in a long, drawn-out answer that has affected my thinking everywhere else. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of Norfair. I'm going the wrong way, unless I need to go up to Criteria. Oh, I gotta scroll up and see what everyone's saying. How much schools did you go to? Your life is bananas. So you went to that school for no reason. Well, yeah, in a way. I mean, the reason I went to that school was because of all the bullying in the normal public school. And my parents were quite certain it was because of ADHD, which I think ADHD did play a big role in that. And so we went to this school because A, the education was supposed to be better, and that B, it was a much smaller class. Instead of 2,000 kids per grade, it was 60 kids per grade. So fewer kids means easier for me to wrap my head around, pay attention, and learn. Maybe that was so, but I also think it limited the amount of people I could meet. I didn't do much dating in high school. I still don't do any dating, pretty much. Obviously affected my thinking pretty screwed up wise. But, need to go up there. I see why they did it. But also, if you were to ask me, Heath, if you could go back in time and stop them from sending you to that school, would you do it? I would actually be very torn on answering that as a yes. Because that experience has made me who I am, and I'm pretty certain who I am right now is more correct than who I would have been had I not gone to that school. I think I would have been if I had gone to a normal public school that taught me things more correctly. Maybe I'd be a different, cooler guy with a girlfriend or what have you, and a successful job right now or whatever. But I probably also believe in God. I probably have a very bad idea of what science, of what makes something scientific. And the reason is, think of all your friends and what have you that did go to the public school. They learned all this stuff about evolution, all that stuff, right? But none of it said to them that God must not be a thing. They married evolution and God very well. Most people do. Because they don't take the Bible literally. That's the difference. They read the book of Genesis, and they see God made the world in 6 days, and they go, well, it's a poem. It's a poetic story. It's not meant to be taken literally, what have you. The problem with that, from the people that taught me things about the Bible, was that if you don't know what to take literally, for instance, let's put it this way: the Bible is composed of a whole bunch of different books, right? Those books were chosen by the church to compose the Bible. So that makes an issue, because there's a whole bunch of other books that were like left out for whatever reason. Maybe they contradicted something in another book or what have you, or there was like crazy stories about people slaying dragons and what have you. How do we know then that the books that are in the Bible actually are correct, or actually are what God has said? And the answer to that is that, and also if man had written the different books of the Bible throughout time, then it's guys coming up with stuff. How do we know it's what God actually wants us to do? And the answer to that was that even though man had written every book, God inspired him to write the words correctly. The Bible is the inspired work of God, was what we were taught. And that was very important to believe in, because that was the solution to the problem of how do you know what's real and what's not real, and if something is incorrect in the Bible, how do you know that all of it isn't incorrect? That was the way we actually, is flawless reasoning. It's very, very good reasoning, scientific reasoning. If there's one thing in your script of facts that is not a fact, and it is just bullshit, how do you know all of it's not bullshit? It's a very, very good question. So we had to answer that with, well, we just believe. It has to all be true. It has to all be true, and that's why people so fervently become anti-evolution, because evolution and a 14 billion year old universe goes against the genealogy of the Bible that says, basically, if you trace it back, the Earth is about 6,000 years old, all the way back to Adam, and so on and so forth. We have to believe that versus what the scientists say, and that's what created all of this weird cult-like stuff. That also creates someone I call I will tell you that a person who fervently a young Earth creationist who does not believe in evolution is closer to being an atheist who does not believe in God than someone who went to public school and got taught evolution, but then kind of went, okay, it's not that important. I still believe in evolution and God at the same time. It's not that, because those people can easily disregard things that they just don't like. They can come up with stuff out of the blue and say, meh, not important, whatever. It's not important that I listen to the book of Deuteronomy and stone a woman for eating pig feet or something weird like that, because that's just weird stuff that was written up in a book that by people and is not really what God wants. They decide for themselves what God is to them, really. That's the typical normal human American view of what Christianity is. Christianity, I'm a Christian, but really everyone kind of just comes up with their own what does God mean to them kind of idea. And I think the teaching I had, even though it was very wrong, did show me that one rational flaw, which was, if some of this is bullshit, how do you not know that all of it isn't bullshit? And the answer is, all of it is bullshit. And I went, oh, and I don't think I would be the rational skeptic human that I am today if I hadn't learned everything wrong and then had to relearn it from that viewpoint, that strangely very rational viewpoint that the creationists came up with, which was, if you can't trust all the Bible, how can you trust any of it? Which is very correct. I think any other atheist scientist would go, yep, got a point. Now let me show you this, and very easily would shatter the firm belief of an ardent young Earth creationist. I think more young Earth creationists become atheists than people who don't believe in that sort of thing, who don't believe in young Earth creationism or fundamental Christianity. That's what you would call it, fundamentalism Christianity. So it's really hard for me to say that I would do anything differently, or that I wish anything differently, because I do think who I am now is more correct than who I would have been. Even if I'm a little bit more tortured, a little bit more of a tortured soul, I'm chill with that. We don't want to go that way, do we? No. Did I just roll out of this hole over here? I think I did. I don't think I can get back through it. There should be a school for kids with ADHD. It's very hard because every kid with ADHD learns at their own pace because of the ADHD. They get distracted and have to be pulled back. So the problem with school is that it's a one-size-fits-all solution for kids that learn at different speeds, and everyone learns at different speed. But it's easier for what they call a neurotypical person to kind of adjust to that, and someone with ADHD or someone with OCD or some other like psychological problem that really stops them from doing things, from being flexible in the way they do things. And if you're going to have a school for people with ADHD, it would essentially, I think, to work, it would have to be every kid has his own teacher that is like a private tutor, that is like sitting down with them at a table and grabbing them and going, look, this is your work, do it. Constantly, all the time, because someone with ADHD is off somewhere else, and every 5 minutes, if that, if they're not medicated, which is very I understand people who don't want to be medicated, because I didn't want to be medicated for a very long time either. I never found a good combination of medicine that worked for me until recently. I say recently, I mean the past 2 or 3 years. So I was already graduated from college and everything. But we need to go up through here. This is an English class, but on drugs. Yeah, well, I guess so. English is crazier. English classes are crazy. Well, my English classes are crazier than I had to learn. I actually had a fairly decent English teacher at the crazy Christian high school, because she knew that you used to learn the classics and all those schools. Kind of, I can hop now. With the high jump. And now you don't learn the classics. So now when you go to college, people expect you to have read, say, the Odyssey, or the Iliad, or the Shakespearean stuff. And kids are like, what? I haven't learned this. And so I actually had an English teacher. This is weird. What the hell is this thing? I actually had an English teacher that really kind of said, screw the curriculum. Our English today, our English class this year will be reading these classic literature pieces. So I did read a lot of those. And Wuthering Heights. That's how I know about Heathcliff. People are always shocked. What? You know Wuthering Heights? Yes. Because I had a good English teacher. This is hard. Ugh. There's something up here that we want. Oh, that's right. The buggies kill these things. Anyways. Good English teacher. But also, I think a big part of English class, or English learning, gets lost. Ow, 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 ow. Gets lost on kids. Because I think a big part of English learning, or English class, is the whole sentence structure thing. Learning what the difference between the subject and predicate, and the verb and the adverb, and the nouns, pronouns, adjectives, infinitives, all that stuff. And I mean, we learn that for a bit, don't we? We all learn that for a week, and then we forget immediately what all that means. Oh. And I think a lot of that would stick in our heads better if we learned a second language, specifically Esperanto, because Esperanto is so specific about grammar. It's a language designed around grammar, in such a way to make it easy for everyone to learn to speak, that by learning Esperanto, you learn grammar, what grammar is. And then you learn that grammar is universal, that all languages have grammar, and they all just have slightly different tweaks of rules. They may have some grammar rules on some languages that other languages just don't have, but there's still, like, there's names for them. There's the, not just the infinitive. Oh, I got the Varia suit. I'm gonna look cool here in a second. Oh, no, don't. I'm just gonna look orangier. Orangier. What's the words I'm thinking of here? Obviously, I haven't studied Esperanto in a while. But, there's a direct and indirect something. Oh, no, the direct and indirect article. So would you know what I was talking about if I just started bringing up to you the direct and indirect articles of English? Like what? What? Who to what? Like, we don't. right? But you learn that sort of thing when you learn a language, because you learn what an article is and what makes it direct and indirect. Esperanto does not have an indirect article. It doesn't have it. It's not there. Its omission, its lack of a indirect article basically implies the indirectness of the noun. And you're still looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? An indirect article, a direct article in Esperanto is la. In English, the direct article is the, or the. So if you're saying the bear, the cat, that word, the, directly articulates an object, or noun, or color, or what have you. So it's the direct article. And in English, we also have two, in fact, indirect articles, a and an. Which one you use depends on whether or not the word starts with a consonant or a vowel. But in Esperanto, there is no indirect article. You don't say a cat when you mean a cat. You just say cat. And the fact that you have said one cat, or just essentially cat in singular as opposed to katoi, which is cat in plural, more than one cat, people get the idea across that you only mean one. That's all grammar. And that's all stuff that they tried to teach us. They all tried to teach us through every year of every grade of school. And we all learned it for a week, and we all forgot it immediately because there was no need to remember it. Why would you need to remember that? What point is there to knowing what different parts of words in a language mean? There's only a point to it if you have to keep two languages in your head and understand how they work, which is why I support people essentially not learning English class, but learning Esperanto class in school, and then being able, because English is your natural language, to then transport the two onto on top of each other and understand, sentence structure and grammar, essentially. I have all kinds of ideas about how to make school better that no one will ever listen to me on, because I'm a libertarian and I'm a nobody. The tournament. Is there a tournament tomorrow? I haven't even talked to them about it. I guess I need to talk to them about it and get that set up. No! I'm stuck. I need to go back. I need to go back around. Okay. Oh, no I don't. I just need to go down here. Oh, but I kill all the buggies. I fell. Can I get more buggies? Yes, I can. Oh, man. Buggies! Destroy the thing! Rock in. Where we going? Where we going, bud? Heath the Metroid is getting hot on my head. He is made out of fleece. Oh, we're going back to Norfair? Because we have the Varia suit now? Varia suit? Mineshatas. Deal. Down the hole. Oh. What's up, Nintendo fanboy? We've been talking about God and religion and schooling and Esperanto and learning languages, all while we play through Metroid Zero Mission. Chronologically speaking, that is. We just got the Varia suit. We were told to go back to Norfair. I may or may not have a Metroid on my head. Welcome back. I'm Heath. This is where we need to go. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I know there's a tournament. Was there something? And I knew there was a date for it. And I kind of forgot what the tournament, what date the tournament was. So they're probably gonna be trying to contact me here in a second. I don't know, or in a bit. If it's tomorrow. You say it was tomorrow? It's on Genesis 3DS. It's going to be on my channel. It's going to be streamed on my channel, but the tournament's being put on by some group of 3DS players called Genesis 3DS. They have a Discord server. And their dude is in our server. Our Discord server. Our dude that recruited me. But it's going to be streamed on Heath himself streams. That's the whole reason they contacted me. They said they were going to be doing this giant-ass tournament for Smash Brothers for 3DS. And they're looking for a streamer, and they said, we heard through someone that you had a 3DS capture card and could stream it." And we were like, and they said, "Would you want to do it?" And I said, "Yeah." Well, actually, they also said, "We don't really know much about Twitch or streaming, but we'd imagine it'd probably be good for you, your numbers maybe. I don't know." And I was like, "I don't know either, but I also know that the likelihood that you're going to find another streamer that has a 3DS capture card and is willing to just stream your matches for you is probably pretty low. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, and be a nice dude about it. And that's what we're doing. I don't know. It says 27 and 28. This is 19th. So it's going to be next Saturday, dude. Not tomorrow Saturday, but the Saturday after that. Saturday and Sunday. Then. And you have to ask them how to join. I haven't even joined or anything. I fell down a hole. That's what happened. Oh, have I gone down here? I have not gone down here yet. So there is an item expansion. Okay, here we go. Okay, what is this going to be? It's just a bomb port. So we need to roll. It's easier than I'm making it out to be. My reflexes are just really bad. I've gotten older. There we go. If you ever look at these tournaments and stuff where people are playing, think about it for a second. How long has Smash Brothers been a game? How long have people been playing Smash Brothers? People that were playing the original Smash Brothers when they were 20 or whatever and were competitive doing it, why aren't they kicking everyone else's ass at the age of 39 or 40 or what have you in all these tournaments if they've been playing it for so long? Why is everyone who shows up for it still just young? Do the older gamers just move on and stop gaming? No. They still game. They just can't keep up. The brain does slow down as we age, and it may be milliseconds. But when it comes to Smash Brothers and Twitch-based games like it, milliseconds and reflex time means competitive or not competitive. And so that's why you only ever see young gamers in the competitive scene. As all of us gamers get older, our brains slow down and we become worse and worse at doing our gaming. That might be why chess is so popular, you know? You can sit there and think about it for a really long time. There you go. 1998. I did not hear that. I heard there was rumors of it a long time ago. I didn't hear anything confirmed about it. Yep. We're going back to Norfair. Insanely. I feel like I've gone backward and forward out of Norfair like 8 times today. But we do have the Varia suit this time. But I'm going to save here and stop our part 2 and go into part 3 some other time, because I've kind of slowed down. I kind of slowed down and just talked about a bunch of nonsense this episode. And we don't want to play the whole game for the rest of the evening or anything. Technically, Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valencia came in the mail today. Maybe I should stream that. Maybe I should stream Fire Emblem Awakening, which I should be doing. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna stop that hit. Stop this here. Probably. Why is that? Why stream the newer one versus the older one? Celica! Oh, personally, this is a personal thing. I want to see the game. Someone told me it has all the lines are voice acted now, which is pretty impressive. There you go. All right, I'll see y'all in a bit. I gotta go get a crowbar and get this Metroid off my head. So, see ya.